Hey guys, so there is something we need to talk about, and that is the design on this phone. And no, this is not an iPhone. This is a new HTC phone called the HTC One A9. And does it look like another phone? Yes, it looks like an iPhone. So they just copied completely the iPhone 6s design and the iPhone 6 design it looks like. So HTC phone here. And yeah, let's bring in an iPhone as well so we can compare this. So HTC phone, iPhone. As having side by side, you can see they just changed the camera where it's located, but they still have the same kind of lines. And I know HTC kind of had those lines before Apple, but now they completely ripped off Apple's design. It's like what are they doing? Like, can't they just be a little bit more creative? Do they have to steal exactly everything? But I have to say one thing, they did a pretty good steal because it feels pretty nice, this HTC One A9. And they also did some improvements, like they have this better grip on the power button. But yeah, it's pretty funny actually. And they also did a few other things. So to quickly show it here, you can, for example, see that on the front side of the phone that you do have a fingerprint sensor down here. So it kind of works as a home button as well. So if I am over here, I can wake it up by, I don't have to touch hard anything, but yeah, that's interesting. So I gotta say, man, they did a pretty good job. They had like an 8-core processor inside, and it is pretty snappy. And it has Android 6.0 launched with it, so that's extremely nice. And also that you have these new Google features like Google Now on tap. You don't get this push hard in on a icon that you do get in the new iPhone, and yeah, that's pretty cool there. But I gotta say, man, I'm very impressed by this phone. I'm definitely gonna check it out a lot more. You can, for example, see all the toggles here, how they a little bit is different when you compare them over here. For example, we can see how menus looks in side-by-side comparison here, and the display is also very nice here on the HTC phone, but it's a little bit brighter here on the iPhone. And so let's go down here, about phone, software information, Sense 7 as well. So that's the skin they have on top of Android. Here I do have 9.2.1. You can, for example, see how they look. An interesting thing is how they look in multitasking, is how you still in multitasking here have access to the Google thing up there at the top. I found that very interesting. And you don't have anything like that on the iPhone, but this was just more a quick little fun video to see it in terms of design. I mean, it is pretty funny how they are very similar. But I mean, I have to continue to use this phone. I did notice one thing pretty quick here that was very weird, something that HTC always seems to be struggling with, and that is if I fire up the camera and let's see here. Okay, the camera's actually a little bit better now when I open it up. When I opened up earlier, it was like laggy when I had my hand in front of it, and I think it's like a 30 megapixel camera. You have some weird things in the UI, for example, in the camera, like why don't they take advantage of the full display? Why do they have this like tiny display to view everything in? I mean, it's a little annoying, and I have to continue to test this device, but yeah, it is an interesting device. What do you think about it? And that would be fun to know. And if you want to see some gaming comparison, for example, with these phones, and yeah, have an awesome day.